kickstart me and my broken heart.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. For lack of a better introduction, you can just call me Jay. And I have some bad news. The bad news is that Hateful Boyfriend is going to be on pretty much permanent hiatus. I had a game breaking bug and I'm disappointed. The good news is, as you're looking on the screen right there, I have a game to replace it. The game is called Katawa Shouju, or Katawa Shouju. Don't know how to pronounce it because I am an American and therefore ignorant. This is a dating sim. Katawa Shouju translates roughly to disability girls. This game I've beaten probably close to 12 times, and it's a very long game. This game has made me cry once or twice. I am a wimp. But, you probably couldn't hear any of the wonderful music in the background of this. The good news is, in case I do cry, I have my co-captain here. Her name is Delilah, and I'm using a laptop so I can do this. Puppy!
Delilah! It's a puppy! Look, it's a puppy! Do you see my puppy?
Okay, we're not doing that anymore. But, my puppy's keeping me company because it is she doesn't like it outside right now, so she's chilling inside. And, yeah. I'm basically just gonna be reading for the next hour. But hey, I get to read with my favorite puppy. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But in late winter... stop, damn it. Skype, fuck you. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note's at 4 p.m. Ah yes, no. Ah yes, the note, slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. First time I tried to record this, I forgot how to say initiative. Hi there, couch hog, how are you doing? Whatever. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky, the only sign of passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time is slowed to a crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Hisao? You came? A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. Foreshadowing. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper in a conversation. I turn to face his voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race. Iwanako? I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? We're gonna pause for a second, I think I cropped the video wrong. Okay, that should be slightly better. I mean, chances are you didn't even notice it if I edited properly. I didn't, spoiler alert, so you did notice it, but it was bothering me, so it might be better. It might be worse. I don't know at this point. Red light. But, yeah. Damn it. I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was all I got? Pathetic. Yes, I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle if I tried. My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst out of my chest and claim the girl for itself. Now back to third person. So, whoops. So, here we are. Out in the cold. You're wearing a skirt. Offer her your jacket, Hisao, you bastard! Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The noise is music to my ears. Weird cough. Hironako flinches ever so softly against the gust of the wind. I offer her my jacket because I'm not an asshole. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if you'd go out with me. I stand there, motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. Hisao? I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms. Hisao? My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Hisao! The beating of my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, and Monako running towards me. All these fade to black. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Anako screaming for help and the incessant clatter of the branches above. Prelude! Yay! Or prelude. Prologue and prelude. I combine the words. So you may have noticed that the name of the developer is 4Leaf, and that's based on the 4chan logo, because this game was made by 4chan. Yep. Yes, it was. Yeah, I don't know who... So, there was, once upon a time, a comic writer, I guess, wrote out the idea of the disability girl theme, and he drew some basic pictures of the characters, and 4chan got a hold of it and was like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Let's make this shit happen. And I'm very glad they did. Delta. Thanks, Delta. Corporal Crud. Siriku. Like, what's the name of Corporal Crud? 4chan. Like, yeah. The dog is currently burying her back leg into my side, and it's really comfortable. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. A strange word, a foreign, alien word. One that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest the... I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course there wasn't one. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay in the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as though I was missed. For about a week, a room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards, but the visitors soon dwindled and the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I'd gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwanako was I think that's Iwanako. Iwanako was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyways. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they're in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So, I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answers shows that there is at least some hope. At some point I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. Patro's not in this video. Patro's messaging me on Steam to be in this video. So you know what, Patro? Fuck it, you're in this video. I am great, Patro. Congrats. You snuck your way into a recording. You son of a bitch. I'm not cutting any of this out. I don't give a shit. It's staying in. I don't give a shit. This is staying in. Damn it, drunken Irishman. Fucking ruining my Let's Play again. Okay. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that eating books really didn't make me that full, and I think I may have become addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands and no pants on my ass. But I loved the stories. God damn it, Pat! God damn it, Pat! Fuck off, Pat! Okay, we're exiting Steam. Bye. That was what my life was like. The day became... This is fucking serious, and I have drunken Irishmen going, I'm drinking Sambuca! I'm not drunk, I'm just not sober! Fuck you, damn it, Pat. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, different only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped inside instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't even know what day of the week it was. But other times all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I'd set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp, and the burning hot and heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the books aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely. And I couldn't even cry. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. Yeah, I know, Delilah. You want to hear the rest of the story, too. That's right, Delilah. Pat is an obnoxious drunk one. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. I already said all of this. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There is this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time, sorting his papers, and then setting them aside as if to make the point of the pointlessness he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hasao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. My dog rolls over on me. No, it's okay. No, puppy, you're okay. The webcam is shaking because I'm petting a dog, but you know what? I got priorities. Yes, you're very cute. Uh-huh. You and Patro both are interrupting this recording quite a bit. I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. Oh, gotta click this again. I believe that you could go home. Sorry. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medications sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription.
Tick. Yeah, it is. God damn it, Delilah. Stop getting ticks.
Alright, we're gonna deal with that as soon as this recording session's over. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look at myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to do so only makes me feel sicker. Also, take a look at this list. The first word you notice, it says something about you. All this for the rest of my life. Every day? I'm afraid that is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents, and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down? The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamako Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? It has a 24-hour nursing staff and only a few minutes away from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It is designed to give students a degree of independence with help while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise the fact. If it was really free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look a couple weeks back, and we think you'd like it. It looks like I don't really have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and it's a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity. Well, you should be excited at the chance of the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and while it's not the same one, a special school, that's an insult. That's what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All of the students there are pretty active in their own way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need help in one way or the other. Your father's right, and many of the graduates at school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me, but what can I do? What can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny, I'd always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now, something about how I can go back to school anyway, but no, I don't say anything. The fact is that I know it's futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school? What are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That's all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something. Even if it's a special school, it's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. My life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. Act 1. Life expectancy. Well, that's going to be it for this episode. This episode was the prologue. Yes, prologue, not the prelude or the shh, bad. No, stop giving away spoilers. Stop giving away spoilers. Anyways, for lack of a better outro, you can still call me Jay. My dog is getting very excited, and there she goes. Bye, Delilah. Anyways, for lack of a better outro, you can just call me Jay. And I'll see you again next time. Peace the fuck out.